Well. Oop, I'm hearing something here. I don't need to hear that myself. How are we all doing? Ladies and gents, we are live, and it is Monday. We weren't exactly going to be going live today. And, well, that was because I had a doctor's appointment that was meant to be at 1:30 this afternoon. But no, they decided to cancel on me. And I received a text message this morning at, it was 7:45 this morning. And it was like, oh yeah, we've cancelled it. We've cancelled it, so you can't come to this today. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go live. But folks, how are we all doing? Like I say, it is Monday. You know, it was a nice weekend here in the UK. It was a little bit warm in certain areas of where I am, you know, but it was okay. Yeah, no, Cal, we weren't meant to be going live today, but my doctors, they sent me a message and they were like, oh yes, we've cancelled it. So I got to ring them up later on to make a new appointment, which is a pain in the ass because I don't like afternoon appointments. Never have done, and what I'm going to try and do is get a morning appointment because afternoon appointments, after a certain time, I just go like, you know? And just certain things there, it was just really annoying. But, folks, you know, we are here. I'm just trying to get a bit of music for us to listen to. But, Right. There you go, a bit of background music. We'll have that there. A little darker. I'm pretty sure this is in my link tree. I'm pretty sure of that. We'll have a little look-see now. We'll see what's going on. But I'm pretty sure I thought I put it on there. Let's go to my profile. Right. Oh, it's not there. That's interesting. How many can you have on there? But yeah, I'll just get my Kiki Wiki one there and we will put this in here. But, right, so, no. Do. Right. Ba. Kingdom Hearts says, Angel, hello, how the devil are we? Yeah, we're just trying to find a few things here, so we had a link tree. We're already signed up. Right. Just not letting me do it. Is it on a different thing? I may have it on a different account, but yeah, we will get that on there. Thanks for letting me know, Lil Darker. Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure I thought I put it on there because the last one I put on there was to come wrestle someone, which is annoying because that was on there a couple of days ago. Oh, well, right, yes. So how's everyone's weekend been? You know, has people's weekends been fun? What have you been all up to? Like I say, I got a haircut and I had a bit of a shave today from my barber, so I'm happy with that. But there's a few things which we are going to take a little look at today, which is kind of interesting because it came out last night. Ooh, nice, Angel, nice. But yeah, we're going to have a few things. We're going to have a little look. Ah, Sky. Yeah, see, it's it's mad to see that it wasn't on it's not on my link tree because again, it was there. But yeah, we are going to take a look at only got like 2 things to look at today, folks, really, because well, again, I never expected to go live today, so I didn't really do anything. I got a few things planned for Wednesday, but that is for Wednesday's stream. But a lot of people saw last night, obviously, that Johnny Depp said about the Me Too movement he was a crash test dummy. And obviously, we have now got people like TMZ. They're all jumping on it and everything else. And they're basically causing a lot of crap. Which, again, we know what TMZ is like. But this, I was actually pleasantly surprised to see. Just because of what they've actually put out there. And as you can see by there, you know, Johnny Depp says the industry used him as the Me Too test case, likening himself to a crash test dummy in a rambling new interview. And with that there, you know, I say, chat, we know exactly what this was. We had Morgan Tremaine, Cassandra, hello. You know, we had Morgan Tremaine in the case actually state regarding how bad he was, you know, with AH and how TMZ reacted, you know, because we got by you, Dr. Truthseeker. We will look at the actual article. We're going to look at by you first. We got, former employee Morgan Tremaine already outed you guys as grubby buck and ambulance chasers, while trouncing AH's bungling in-depth lawyer, yeah. Well played, Morgan, well played. And here's heard when she slipped up and admitted she had leaked to divorce to TMZ. Yes. So if we can all remember about this, at the time, during this deposition for everything else, before everything else happened, she leaked that she was getting a divorce from Johnny Depp. She leaked it to TMZ. And one of the things as well, which we've always seen, is how TMZ, we know exactly what they're like, though. You know, we know. They are money hungry and they literally will try and just hurt anyone just so they can get a bit of stuff, you know? But with this one, you know, I thought it'd be interesting to read because of the way that TMZ have gone down and said this. I was the test case for Me Too, took the betrayal on the chin. And so, Johnny Depp says the industry used him as the Me Too test case, likening himself to a crash test dummy. The embattled actor sat down for an interview with The Times. Kind of interesting that he went for the Times, though, chat, innit? Very interesting. And he likened himself to this, and he was asked numerous questions about his relationship with AH. And his excommunication from the Hollywood circles. Depp says he feels he was a crash test dummy, which he he wasn't. But chat, we know exactly what these people are like. You know, and saying, with him saying he was a crash test dummy, everything they tried throwing at him, he was like, nah, Teflon. Because we all saw he had the evidence. He had it all there, backing him up, stating and showing the world that he didn't do anything bad, you know? But, again, pointing out he was taken to task before even allegations against Weinstein came out, which is very, very true. He was found this in the retrial just earlier this month, which was Weinstein. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, boys and girls. Excuse me. I had a bit of a sneezer. Yeah, there's so many things that they tried doing with Johnny Depp, and he was just like, nah. You know, like, we know what's going on. We know this is not right. We know that I have all this evidence which states and shows everyone is wrong and they are lying about me. And the world didn't like it. We know this. Then he explained that there were people in his life connected to the industry, people who even came to his kids' birthday parties, who put distance between them and him after AH accused him. And again, we've seen exactly what type of person she is and what type of person her fans are, because her fans are some of the worst in the world. Johnny says he took his lumps, telling The Times, I sponged it, took it all in. And so I wanted from the hundreds of people I've met in that industry to see who was playing it safe. Before adding, better go woke. Depp, who was slowly making a career comeback, including directing Al Pacino and Stephen Graham in a new flick Modi, said he was a sucker for falling for AH. So with that there, we have seen so many people stating that they fell for her. You know, we have seen so many people say that. And when I think of these people who have said, oh, I was a sucker, I fell for her and all this kind of stuff, Elon Musk, you know, the richest guy in the world, came out and said that. But then we've also seen other people who have come out and said the same things. Elon Musk's father, he said she's a beautiful woman, but don't get near her. That is a thing. She is basically a proper femme fatale. She really is. And she used her looks just to get her claws into people, which is exactly what she did. Because she's not exactly a great actress now, is she? But all this is going on, and, you know, he says that there's people who, when you try to love and help them, they will start to give you an understanding of what that malaise, perpetuance, was in their eyes. It manifests itself in other ways. So sounds like he doesn't have fond memories of his time with AH. By the way, the whole interview's worth a read, because Johnny Depp gets his past relationships, early days of fame, and even his complicated relationship with his parents. And that's all they've got by there. So, when you think that's literally all they've taken from this entire interview, to me that just shows the type of people that TMZ is, you know, and we have seen TMZ do a lot, and I mean a lot, of horrid, crazy, and stalkery shit. You know, we've seen it all. And it's sad because these people are still going on. They're still attacking Johnny Depp. And as we see, literally, in the thread, trying to cover yourselves after your long history with AH was revealed. Come on. You know, Men Too, yeah, Me Too is a scam. Sadly, it is. It's true, AH was the first woman who actually got caught in her lies. Exactly, there's so many things going on. And seeing how many people now look, oh, see, here we go. I've just seen this one now. There she is, everyone. Leave her alone. 11 people. You know, sounds like Johnny Depp admitting his career was impacted from a TRO and not an article 2 years after the fact. Well, no, it was, because in the jury, you know, thank God for a fair trial in Virginia where we got to see she was a vile, abusive piece of shit and a proven liar. Yeah, exactly. And when you look at all of these, literally, the ones who are sticking up for her have so many little likes. It's absolutely insane. Like, by your hate, you know, this is here. We all know the part your organization played in all that, don't we? Just reminder, rambling. ATMZ, I'm checking out this bacon because Johnny Depp has no Ziploc bags in his house. Print it. You know, there's so many things like this going on. It's absolutely insane. But chat, you know, it's sad, isn't it? You know, it's seeing certain things like this when all of these people, they're just... It's just the way they've gone out of things. Oh, what have we got by here? It's sad. You know, I really look at it, and this guy is trying to get on with his life. You know, he's trying to get on with his life now. Yeah, we're literally 2 years out after the verdict where she was found guilty by a jury of her peers. They don't like that. And there's one thing I saw actually on Twitter last night where a lot of people, a lot of AH fans, they're all going, just because she wasn't a party to the UK trial doesn't mean she lost. She won the party, so she didn't win either. And it's like, what are you doing? And the way they try and get that the UK trial is literally, oh my God, she won the trial. And everyone's pointing out, no, she didn't, because she wasn't a part of it. She didn't even do anything with it. And again, you know, the man she was, you know, that Johnny Depp was suing, Dan Wooten, came out last year and admitted he was wrong about it. That she lied to him. So again, it's like, well, you know, this just goes to show that she is a horrible, manipulative person. But again, no, they don't like that. They don't want to know that. They don't want people to tell them she's a liar. She's abusive. She is a horrible, horrible woman. They don't want to hear that though, folks, do they? You know? It's absolutely nuts. But I got to have a video here that we are going to, you know, change subject now completely. We are going to take a look at at a body cam, which I saw this one this morning, the title, and I got so interested in it. And the reason I got interested is because it's regarding an Apple AirTag. And I was like, ooh, okay, Apple AirTag, you know, what's happening there? What's happened, you know? This person has got an Apple AirTag. So I was like, right, okay. let's have a little look-see and, you know, see how this is going, you know? So, how an Apple AirTag led to 17 shots fired. An Apple AirTag. So what I'm going to do though, we're going to turn the volume for that. I'm going to turn my music on pause. I'm going to have that by there. And what we're going to be doing is looking at this. Oh, right, I've got to move my phone so I can see the volume on here.
Get down, get down. Hey!
We'll put the subs on as well, folks.
On September 8th, 2024, officers with the Santa Fe Police Department in New Mexico were dispatched to a local McDonald's in reference to a stolen Jeep Cherokee. What the suspect didn't know was that he was being tracked by the owner via an Apple AirTag, but that didn't stop him from turning the last day of Santa.
That is so genius this day and age, you know? I want to buy a couple of Apple AirTags because, sadly, I do lose things. And it's only been the last year or so where I'm forgetting things. The other day, I was at Costco with my dad, and we went in and everything else, did our shopping, we were coming out, and I was like, where's my keys? Because again, I wear a lanyard with my keys on always. And I was like, where are they? Went in the store, looking around, has anyone handed keys in? Oh, great. Went outside, I left my keys in the car. I was like, oh my god, anyone gonna come in and nick that? So I gotta get a couple of these AirTags just to put them on things.
Santa Fe's largest celebration, Fiesta de Santa Fe, into complete tragedy.
Oh, Kel, yeah, that photo's very, that photo is very well known. When you see, she's got red knuckles as well. Oh, and he's off.
Vehicles fleeing.
He's off. The Jeep is going. And he's off. We are going to be getting like a mass bloody shooting, aren't we, with this? Absolutely insane.
So, can you go over to the police? He continued northbound St. Francis. Looks like state police just engaged.
So why is he slowing down? I was going to say, why is he slowing down? He needs to speed up. He's sped up, literally in front of him. Oh, oh.
I guess he went down quite a bit. Did you see a car hauling ass through here?
Also, the team at 210 East Marcy Street. They have a father air punching in the car.
Oh. Oh, the sound of that bike is amazing.
White Grand Cherokee is going to be closer to Marcy Street.
Oh,
we don't have a cross street right now. It was.
Excusez-moi. Just look how much stuff they have on their bikes. Yeah. Go get them. Oh, the acceleration sound. I love it. Oh, just the sound of it. So obviously that he's going after him, and we're going to see probably now that the guy jumps out of the car and more than likely will probably start unloading a weapon on the officers. I don't understand. Well, we know, we do understand why they go after, cars and everything else. Easy money. Steal it, take it to a chop shop, strip it, get paid, and all that jazz. But I've never understood it when they nick something, and obviously the police are coming, and they automatically just draw a firearm on them. I've never understood that, because it's like, there's more of them than you most of the time in these instances. And it's like, do you really think you're going to get away? You know?
Hi, this is Officer Gonzalez. Are you guys here at the McDonald's?
Yeah, we are trying to get a copy. It's been a hell of a
Okay. Can you... Are you in the drive-thru?
No, I'm right here.
Can you meet me outside? We have officers pursuing the vehicle, so we're just trying to get updated.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
I'm walking up to the police officer right now.
Perfect, that's me.
How we doing?
Yes.
Sorry, I was...
Do you mind if I leave?
Yeah, of course.
So good having an air tag on things, man. I need to get them. I got to look now how much they are.
He's coming down Halvorsen.
What kind of stickers are on the back?
It's a racing sticker. It's basically like a Spartan.
They're expensive, aren't they? Bloody hell.
Mask on it, and then there's actually a racetrack on it, but you wouldn't be able to tell that.
Alright, I'll be coming on elevator.
Just stay close to your building.
See, having an air tag or some kind of tracker on your car is absolutely amazing. There's one thing I got, like say, I don't know how this works because I haven't set this up myself. But wherever I park my car and I get out and I go, you know, say in Cardiff, there's a couple of like shopping centres, shopping areas as well. One's called Leckwith, where Costco is, which I go there every week. And I always get an update on my phone where my car has been parked. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, how is this? Because I've never set that up myself. The car was brand new. I think it had something like 2 miles on it. And that's when they tested the car. So whoever set that up, I'm so thankful for, because again, I'm getting older and I'm actually starting to lose my mind a little bit. And that sucks to say.
Right now.
Oh yeah, easily track it. It's amazing.
No updated ping
I love
on
it.
the 210 East Marcy Street. Is there a way I can like update the ping, or is it just every couple of minutes, right?
It's whenever, yeah. So it's basically whenever it's next to an iPhone. So that's how the Apple tags work.
Oh, okay.
Were you guys able to identify the driver? Or no?
Well, I don't know who the driver was, but he dropped off a woman right over here when we were watching them. They looked homeless to me.
Yeah, he's advising they looked homeless.
At least the woman did, yeah.
How many people were in it?
It was just 2.
That's interesting to hear, to be honest with you. That's very interesting.
Get off the road.
The cops are just like, that's it. Oh, Cassandra, yeah. I'm looking now on Amazon, and all the accessories that you can buy for these air tags is nuts.
It's coming this way?
Excuse me, folks. I'm burping like anything today. I do apologise.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did it have decals on the hood?
No.
Negative. Okay. No other decals or wrecks or anything like that, right?
No, it's not wrecked.
I say, because I'm going away in August. I'm going to Bloodstock, the music festival. And say this year is a new, we are going with, like I say, it's the usual crew. Me, my mate Harbin, Bry, and, well, we don't have Roberto yet. He's taking his time, you know, and we're like, come on, what the hell are you doing? But we also got little Charlie now, you know, because Bryony and Harbin, the little Charlie, it's going to be his first festival. It's Bryony's first festival back since having him 2.5 years ago. So we're like, right, okay. And to be honest with you, I may get one of these air tags and be like, right, okay. And I'll just put it on Charlie. Like, if we lose him, we know exactly where he is. Because he likes to run off. But he's awesome. I love Charlie to bits. Okay. And I have some great toys for him.
Though, right?
We reported it last night.
But yeah, it's so many things that you can buy from him. It's absolutely amazing.
Okay. And you saw the stickers on the back and everything like that?
Yeah, it's definitely my car.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Because we don't have it as stolen right now, so we're not sure what happened.
They said he's
oh yeah, perfect. In a wallet, on someone else, even on your mates.
Try not to touch the vehicle.
Because I said we normally just like
in your guys' downtown area,
just go over our separate ways, like.
Well.
There's so many bands over there we want to see.
Yeah, like a track hawk. It's got a loud exhaust.
Did they have a key or anything to it?
No, the key was in the vehicle. Yeah.
There,
Couldn't find it
see?
last night, and I was like, it'll be all right for one night. Obviously not.
I'm not the only one who does
Couldn't find it
it.
when I left it, yeah.
And it's good.
They followed him up by the other side, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what unit that was, but then
He's hit out somewhere.
Yeah,
Where do we think he is, chat? Where do we think he is? Come on, both chats. Kick and
And
YouTube.
unfortunately, we can't pursue stolen vehicles. So, yeah, so, but we have...
Why aren't they allowed to pursue stolen vehicles? You know? Why aren't they the police? You're meant to call them if your vehicle, whatever, is stolen, want to report a crime, which is a crime. You know, obviously.
all officers here because we hope that with so many of us here, they'll dump the vehicles.
Yeah, has a V8 in it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
That's gonna purr like a kitten, that is, man. It'll be amazing. Oh,
I believe it just passed power.
there we go. They got it.
North.
I love the sound of the bike. Yeah.
Never mind. It's just one that looks like.
Ah.
No, that wasn't it.
They get it. Like, yes, come on, and it's different. That does suck.
I hate the compassing of Santa Fe streets. It's bad.
I got a Jeep Delgado and Alameda with the Colorado University.
Is that it?
No. No 28? No, it's got 28. It's New Mexico. We're good.
I can say this: he's not going to try to ram anything, because we already saw him. So we were
Angel
sitting
could
there at
very
the
well
start of the
be.
parade route, and he passed right by us and went down Guadalupe.
But it's interesting to see
So
that
he's
they have now seen two vehicles which are exactly the same as the one that's gone missing. So it wouldn't surprise me if this is a very well-known car and a lot of people do like them and they're like, right, we're going to steal these because it's got a V8 engine in, man. It's a 4x4, which is insane. The speed of that is going to be nuts.
He's going to try to get away. If he rams something, we'll charge him for it, but I don't think it'd be like intentional. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Hey, until they call this, considering that it looks like he's around here, just stay here so y'all don't get hit by him or something, because he was driving a little nuts. And you too, John.
Oh, thank you.
And if she needs help, I fully anticipate Jennifer being the one throwing in all the help.
Damn. All right.
She used to wrestle. Did you wrestle?
Not professionally, no.
I'm
But
not
Yeah.
talking about blanket wrestling either.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go cruise around a little bit. I told them just to stay there, considering that he might be down here.
Yeah.
I don't want them to get hit. I don't want you to get hit either, and I told them if he comes by here and you need help.
She's
so help
standing
me out.
there with the for the stop sticks, man.
Just let me know if you guys need
I'd be like,
anything
just-
else. We're gonna be
just
looking
do
for
it,
this
any
all
car
day,
coming.
So
thank you so much.
That's me, though.
Right. Hopefully.
I know. I hope we find it right away. And luckily, though, it's fiestas, so we have every officer in our department in service right now.
Nice.
So
This will be
there's usually there's like 5 or 6 of us. Right now, there's probably like 40.
nice.
Wow.
The downtown area. So
I would love the show.
There's a lot
yes, I
there.
think we should be good. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
For the next 30 minutes, the suspect continued to elude police, most likely circling downtown Santa Fe. When he was spotted again, he was northwest of Paseo de Peralta and heading
Oh.
straight for Fiesta de Santa Fe.
Starting to accelerate now. Should be at Griffin. Too many pedestrians in that area. There's 2 of them.
There he is.
And I am not pursuing. Keep head doors. BDP wide open.
Yeah, see if you want to listen.
Here's the doors. Anything wide open?
High rate of speed, just past me, heading towards downtown. Not pursuing.
So more than likely, like you were saying, Angel. Chips. Oh, I gotta pause that a minute. Cause that is copyright music. Here we go.
Get at the radio. Should be on Sandoval now.
Yeah, pausing the music. I will say though, man, if I was a cop, I'd want theme music every time I'm in the chase. I think that'd be amazing. That would be so much fun though, wouldn't it?
They're revising.
He's down on the plaza area.
Which way did that car go? Did y'all see it? The white Jeep?
No one saw it, yeah.
Did it go through here?
Yeah, he went through here and he went left.
Oh, there we go. Go on, mate.
Yeah, off the radio. You just went down wrong way, Sheridan.
The wrong way. Oh, shit.
We have lights on it. It's going east on Marcy toward, back toward PDP, east toward Marcy.
Thanks, Johnny.
There it is, there it is.
He's coming down behind the library.
Charles. Stop!
Oh.
Get out of the car!
What?
What's going on? Washington towards the plaza.
He just hit a unit.
Hey, Tony, how's it going? He has a Punisher on his screen.
You guys okay?
Hey, gal. Fuck, cheers, bud.
We're good. We're good.
Oh, regarding the fake Johnny Depp. Cheers, Gelf. I'll have a look at that after. It got him.
You guys okay?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, is he?
No, they're good.
Applause. Alanator, yeah, the bikes are amazing, isn't they? Just the sound. So many innocents around as well. That's the thing.
Can I shut my gate? Sure, no. Yeah, go ahead. Start checking business. Make sure no one's there.
Right, he's jumped out. Has he jumped out? Oh my god, he's covered! He's covered!
We're getting a So 53 was the vehicle that was hit.
Oh, I'll need it, yeah. Look at him! Look at him! His arm is all his right side. Looks like he's been hitting the arm. The driver ran! Oh my days!
An open mic. Yeah, I know.
Someone's left there. Oh my god.
It's what?
I have an open mic from a unit. Are all units 10-4? Look at all units. Do we have any units that are...
Anyone on Twitter? Yeah, so he's saying he's not the driver, so where is the driver? So they jumped out of the car.
Where are they?
In it. FAFO. Literally, man.
Damn it. Where are they?
See, they can't do anything because someone's got their mic on still. Someone's hasn't let go of the mic. Still got like 6 or 7 minutes left.
Terminate on Henry, since everything else is tied up. Canyon East Palace, we have the suspect bleeding. Units disabled. East Palace Canyon. 10-3 boys, so we can go back to that. Right? Yeah.
Just W to your shoulder.
Yes, W to the shoulder. I'm just...
Oh, Tony. That's not good.
Need more tourniquets or good? It's gonna hurt.
It's for your own good.
It's gonna, yeah, mate. You're in the car. This is gonna happen.
You have to stop the bleeding, okay?
I'm sorry, bro. She put guns to my head and made me do it. Guess I'm another.
She?
What? Winning.
She?
What is his status?
Do we have any injuries of our guys here? No, I dropped the bike intentionally because I saw McCown had him at gunpoint.
We shouldn't be laughing, I know, but you know what? No, we are. We're laughing.
Fight with us? Don't fight with us. Go with them? No, we'll take it. Where's your unit? Two wounds.
Oh! Got hit twice. Nice.
Alright, where's your unit at? Leave a key.
The funny thing is now as well, the guy who owns that car, he's going to be like, what do we do? You know, because he's like, well, you've done all of this.
Somebody was, Mike was caught up. So
You know what? It might have been the motor, my motor again. Yeah.
there was definitely a motor. You could hear it.
Yeah, then that was me. That switched, I'm waiting on it to be replaced. But no injuries whatsoever.
No injuries. They canceled the parade. It's canceled. Pat sent it over the
It's good there's no injuries for the police officers.
over the air. We're not doing the parade.
No injuries reported with our guys over here.
Okay.
Basically,
sounds like the only injury he had was Orr when he got rammed, but he's okay.
And then, what injuries do you have?
Just right here.
Okay.
The other day, the incident was just a red mark. Now it's you're showing the progression of the injury.
Holy hell! Did you see the size of that bruise he had?
Where do you want it?
Let's do it downstairs so we don't have to...
Yeah, look at him. I'm hitting.
Yeah, the interview room.
Justin.
His own fault.
Hey, Justin. I'm Detective DeBus. Can you hear me? Do you want to talk? No? I'm the detective that's going to be handling this case. I was told that you wanted to have a conversation, but you're not answering me.
No, look at him. Oh, Gelth, yeah. The amount of pain meds this guy's probably on at the moment is nuts.
Okay. How are you feeling, man?
He knows it's over for him. Additional rocks.
Yo, Justin.
It's like, come on, we know what's going on, bud. We know.
You're not gonna talk to me, man.
You gotta do it, bud. Otherwise, you are literally just gonna be there and be like... like this. Yeah.
He's out of it. He's out of it, dude. He's not gonna wanna... Yeah, he's...
The suspect, identified by New Mexico State Police as Justin Jimenez, was taken to Christus St. Vincent Regional Medical Center to undergo treatment.
He does look high as a kite, doesn't he? He's like, oh, what's going on? It's almost like he's too drugged up to even open his eyes. But again, no, he was shot twice.
For his gunshot wounds. He was later released and booked into Santa Fe County Jail. He was charged with 4 counts of aggravated battery upon a peace officer, aggravated fleeing a law enforcement officer causing injury, possession of a stolen vehicle, reckless driving, failure to obey traffic signs, leaving the scene of an accident, failure to give immediate notice of an accident, and driving with no driver's license. A grand jury found sufficient evidence to prosecute Justin, and the case was moved to the First Judicial District, where a count of criminal damage to property exceeding $1,000 was added to his list of charges. Midwest Safety independently verified that Justin was transferred to the Santa Fe County Adult Detention Facility, where he is currently held without bond. According to court documents, Justin was previously charged in a multitude of cases.
Holy hell! Look how much! Look at all of these been done. Holy shite balls. So, again, you got, so his first lot on that one there is assault, larceny, possession of a controlled substance. There we go. Possession of drug paraphernalia, assault, unlawful acts, threats of conduct, household member, possession of a controlled substance, drug paraphernalia, resisting, evading, or obstructing an officer, transferring or receiving stolen motor vehicles. Oh, another one there. But then, as you can see on the other side, he literally has resisting, evading, obstruction. 1, 2, 3. Another one there. You've got concealing identity, possession of drug paraphernalia again. And I bet you if we press play now, there'd be a few more.
Cases were dismissed by the prosecutor due
is
to
a
lack
lot.
of evidence or because the prosecutor failed to show
Especially
up
the
to court.
ones.
However, 6 weeks before Fiesta de Santa Fe, Justin pled guilty to burglary of a vehicle and larceny and was ordered to serve 2 years of probation.
So many.
As a result of his actions during Fiesta de Santa Fe, Justin attended a probation violation
Absolutely
hearing
nuts.
where he denied violating his probation. Currently, Justin awaits a pre-trial conference scheduled for July 3rd, 2025.
We gotta keep an eye on this one, folks.
4 separate instances of officers shooting at Justin during the pursuit, 8 Santa Fe police officers and 1 Santa Fe County Sheriff's deputy chief were placed on administrative leave per departmental policy. According to local reporting, the Santa Fe County Sheriff's deputy chief and 3 city police officers were cleared to return to active duty in early February.
Yeah, they are going to be.
However, their actions are still under investigation by New Mexico State Police. They will present their findings to the First Judicial District Attorney's Office, who will decide whether the shootings were justified.
So with that they're saying that obviously because of the them shooting, which again we all know, we've seen it a lot of times as well. If an officer is involved in a shooting or whatever, they have a couple of days off. Oh God, we just have to look through basically legalities. But what we've just seen in this video, it's like the guy was ramming him. It's like, to me, it's like, all that is necessary. With them firing 17 shots, it's like, well, that's it. That is literally what they need to do. Let's say Gelf has actually sent something for us, folks. So I thought I'd just put it on screen for us now, because this is actually really, really interesting. And obviously, the other day we were talking about celebrity impersonators and all these social media accounts or whatever. Oh, that's our next video. But have a look at this. So this is what Gelf just sent in. It's Johnny Depp, ladies and gents. Hey, Greg. Oh, well, Greg, we do have gun crime. It's, let's say, sadly, in this, I think if the UK was allowed to have firearms, certain things, you know, again, most people can get it. And I think it would be a lot better in this country. I really do think so. But again, no, it would have to be like the checks now. You gotta go to your doctor, you gotta get a letter and everything else. You gotta do a medical history. That way there, I think that's a lot the way it should be. But yeah, so Gelf say it's from his Pacer app, where this Johnny Depp befriended Gelf, which is absolutely insane. And it's... So Gelf, walk me through this, bud. So what we see here is obviously Pacer, the steps and what he takes and everything else. And seeing how you've got, 45 or 42 followers, and 5 followers. Is this only for people in your area, or is this worldwide who you can see with? Because having Johnny Depp from New York, so yeah, it says New Jersey, so I guess it's worldwide. It is. It's interesting to see that literally someone would be him on an app. Literally just for counting your steps and everything else. It's insane. They will literally try and find any way to get at people, won't they? To try and befriend them. Oh, this, that, and the other. Because Gelf, have you befriended him? Have you accepted it? Because it'd be funny if he sends you... Can you send messages? Because it could be funny if he starts sending you messages about, oh, hello, I'm Johnny Depp. Do you want a meet and greet? Because I think that would actually be really, really funny. If you wanted to do a meet and greet with you, bud. But yeah, so many things going on. And saying with that there regarding the scammers, why would an app like Pacer have so many scammers on? Can you send money and stuff like that? Or like you can send messages to him, you should do it, Gelf, you should do it. But yeah, it's weird, isn't it? When you see so many things like this. It makes you think, like, why would they go on that? But this is actually a nice little segue into our next video, which is a nurse who ignores advice from a real person continues to get scammed by a scammer. And with this one, if I remember correctly, it's something like $300,000 or something like this. Oh, we also got an amazing comment down here as well. It's we'll show you that after. So, right, let's play this.
Content marathon for you. If this video looks familiar, it's because it is. 2 days after publishing this video, we received a cease and desist from Alexander Kraft.
Just to be clear, Alexander Kraft has nothing to do with this scam.
Yeah.
His images and likeness were used by scammers with the goal to get Marianne to send money.
As you know, catfishing is somebody pretending to be somebody else.
Yeah,
online.
that's it.
And
it's not him. We know this.
In these stories, there are always two victims. The person that's talking to the person online that's losing money, and also the person that has their images stolen.
Exactly.
This case is no different.
If you're communicating with someone online through a dating profile or a social media app, and they're asking you to send or receive money, trust your gut. It's most likely a scam. Let's get into it.
It could be the real one, no.
If this billionaire came along and took care of these problems for me.
This woman has fallen in love with a social media profile using Alexander Kraft's photos.
Are you serious, Gelf? They use that? Oh my God.
Well dressed. You could tell that he was wealthy.
This person claiming to be Alexander Kraft promised Marianne she would never have to work again.
I was having, some financial
Straight
issues.
away.
You know,
I need access.
He was gonna
Back
help
off.
me with that.
But when Marianne handed over her logins to this person, things got out of control.
Money started coming and going from so many different places that I couldn't keep track of it. I could see the money leaving my account. It was just like going.
I think it's really important to understand like where this money went.
I just am curious. Who is this?
Join us on another episode sponsored by socialcatfish.com.
Yeah, I don't know who Alexander the guy is.
Internet relationship.
It's a lot of money.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your engagement with our videos helps
These
us
are the
reach
ones
new
that I
audience.
like the most is when, yes, when you've got celebrities and it's all going through all of that, those are fun. And it's fun to laugh at them. But I think the better ones are literally when it's the big bucks, you know, the big amount of money that is going in and out.
And can potentially stop other people from being scammed.
Hey guys, we just received an email from a person by the name of Marianne. She claims that she's been scammed for 3 years. Her email says,
Why 3 years? Why 3 years? Why'd you continue to do it? Am I dating this French billionaire? No, you're not. Marianne, you're not. If he's a French billionaire, he is going to fly you out and come and see you or see you straight away. Because again, they're a billionaire. They have all the money in the world. They can do whatever they want. They will make sure that you get to him. But no, I've been dating him for 3 years.
contacted 3 years ago on Plenty of Fish by someone claiming to be a French celebrity. I was convinced to allow him into my account when he offered to help me financially. I ended up losing tens of thousands of dollars, and he still
Let's have a look who this guy is.
He invested my money for me and is trying to get it back. There's so much more to this story, but I thought it would be worth getting your help.
My name is Marianne. I'm 60 years old, and I live in the suburbs of Chicago. I've been a nurse for 40 years. I've done home health, hospice, worked in the emergency room, the operating room, just about everything in nursing. I was married for about 7 years. We got divorced when my son was 1. And today is my son's birthday. He's 31. So that tells you a little bit about my dating. It has been sparse. I had probably had maybe a handful of dates that I met on like dating sites like, POF. And I met about 2 or 3 people and like immediately realized that they were trying to scam me.
First of all, a billionaire is not going to use Plenty of Fish. I'm just having a quick look by you folks. I will move back over now. So this Alexander Kraft guy. We got, let's say you got him by he's wealthy. He's very wealthy. And that's net worth. Let's have a look at this dude, see how much. So he's not a billionaire then, but how did he make his money? Okay, CEO and owner of Sotheby's International Reality France. Wow. So he's got quite a lot of money, quite a lot. But yeah, if you're a billionaire, you're not going to be using Plenty of Fish now, are you? It's insane to even think that.
Oh, I'm on an oil rig and I got my credit card in the ocean kind of a thing. And then
That's
another
funny.
guy supposedly was in the military in South Africa or something. And I don't know how I became so vulnerable that I met this last person. It became a 3-year odyssey.
After having several unsuccessful experiences on dating apps, Marianne's luck seemed to change when she was reached out to by a man going by the name of Benjamin.
I definitely noticed his profile
Benjamin.
on Plenty of Fish. And he reached out to me and was asking me questions about, where I live and who, what I'm interested in. And his profile said that he lived in
Chicago,
Lincoln Park.
Obviously.
He had a lot of photos. He looked very put together,
He could very well be Gelf.
You could tell that he was wealthy. He looked like he was probably in his 40s, very well groomed. Not what I would consider classically handsome, because I thought he looked a little bit weaselly to me. I don't know.
Weaselly.
There would be pictures of him like...
She said weaselly, but she still got scammed by him. Oh my God. Woman, what are you doing?
Outdoors.
Oh my God. Sometimes I'm telling you.
On the sidewalk in like Paris. Or he would be standing out by his, a very expensive car. That kind of stuff.
Absolutely
he told me that he was
insane.
an entrepreneur and that he worked on various projects. A lot of investing.
Straight away, chat, what are we seeing right by there? I can get you involved in crypto if you need help financially. Straight away, that's it. It's like, nah, mate. Nah. Benjamin.
Like he knew how to, handle his money, and somebody who wouldn't, be depending on me for that, I did warm up to him and felt like we had a lot more in common than I originally thought. I mean, every morning, did you eat? What did you eat? How did you sleep? How are you?
Come on.
Really appreciated my intellect. The fact that I was working in hospice nursing at the time. He just thought that was just amazing. We sent selfies back and forth. He was always very complimentary and saying like, "Oh, you're stunning," or "You're so beautiful." Things
it
that
really
every
makes you
wants to
think,
hear.
doesn't it? Yeah,
He was the one who said, was the first one to say, "I love you." And at one point I was calling him baby boy. I felt like I was in high school or something. Like I had that, the kind of butterflies. It was a little bit of a confidence builder, just having someone interested in me. And so he just pretty much knew everything there was to know about me. What my struggles were, with work. I was having, some financial issues.
There we go.
He kind of made it sound like he was
There we go.
Having been contacted by scammers in the past, Marianne was suspicious about Benjamin's intentions and decided to do a bit of digging herself.
I was like, this just doesn't add up to me. I said, I'm going to try to do this reverse image search. And it came up that it was this Alexander Kraft. It was clearly, this guy. And I started Googling. It was like this influencer in Monaco. He's the president of like Sotheby's. Very, very
that there is huge.
So we were talking on the phone, and I said, well, I got to tell you, I know that your name isn't Benjamin. He was like, well, what do you mean? And I explained to him I did this reverse image search, and then it was kind of like, oh, okay, I had to admit I'm Alexander Kraft.
Oh my
Marianne
God.
was so confused when she found Alexander Kraft's Instagram profile. This account has close to 500,000 followers, and she found images on the Instagram she had never seen of Benjamin. He was claiming the account Marianne found was his business account, and he was using the name Benjamin to protect himself. At this point, Benjamin was now claiming to be Alexander, and he even sent proof to try to prove it.
I mean, he sent me a picture of his passport. That's proof that he is who he says he is. I went on Instagram, and I even communicated and said, hey, I'm communicating with someone who says they're you. And he said, not me. Don't talk. Don't send money.
There we go.
And I told this guy that
composure. So the real person said, do not send money. That is not me. Do not do it.
And he was like, well, of course that's, I have people who do all that for me. It's not me. I wasn't sure whether to believe him or not. He was kind of like, well, it's hard for someone like me to, meet people because you couldn't be sure that anyone genuinely liked him or cared about him.
I see what I mean regarding the money ones. Like, when you see these people, like, say, if it's Johnny Depp or Dr. Chris in Australia and all these other ones, they are funny, and it's almost like, come on, you can't be that dumb. But when the actual person that you're being scammed by is saying that they're this person, and that the real person goes, that's not me, do not send money, do not do anything. But then you tell the scammer, oh, well, I spoke to the real one. Oh, no, I got people who work. That's when it's like, come on. Hello? That's what it is. Absolutely nuts. Oh, Jesus. God damn it, woman. Marianne, God damn it.
Him. And so he went online. He claimed to,
it's absolutely nuts, chat. It really is.
That he had something in common with. And so from then on, he became Alexander Kraft. As much as there were times when I sort of let myself get caught up in the romance of it, there was always a part of me that was analyzing everything and holding back and thinking, this seems a little...
Ladies and gentlemen, around the world, we have a brand new Idiot of the Week, and it's only Monday. So, are we going to see other ones this week who are going to be a little more pizzazz, a little more stupider? You know, Jim Carrey, Dumb and Dumber 2 style? More than likely. But with this one, when the actual guy states and says, not me, do not give any money. Whatever you do, live or die, make your choice. I want to play a game. Absolutely nuts.
Crazy, you know, there was part of me that probably didn't want to know.
Marianne had her
Marianne, what are you doing?
But the fantasy of being in a relationship with such a handsome and accomplished man was what blocked all of the red flags. This person was sending images of him traveling the world and wearing designer clothes. He promised to change her life. All she needed to do was give him access to her finances.
No, don't be an idiot. That's the one there.
And your mortgage. It started with that.
Yeah, let me have all of your access to all of your accounts, Marianne. I'm the real one. The person you spoke to is lying to you.
And
composure.
I felt like, wow, like he's really like worried about taking care of me, because everything was, I'm going to take care of you forever, So I was like, okay. I allowed him into my checking account, my savings account, my credit card accounts. I gave him like my passwords and stuff. He was, because he was going to pay off my credit cards. And then he was like, I can help you do better with your investments. Let me look in your, Schwab account. And I'm thinking, oh, this is fine because he's paying for these other things. Initially, it seemed like
it's not going to work like that, though, is it?
And then next thing I know, I didn't realize he had taken money out of my Schwab account and took $50,000 out of there.
50 grand. Oh my days.
Moving money around. Money started coming and going from so many different places that I couldn't keep track of it.
50 grand.
Money going to it, like the name of a guy I've never heard of. There was Robinhood money.
Oh
going into something called
no.
Robinhood Acorns. There was another 20,000 that was mailed to me. I don't know why he had it sent to me. It was like such a tangled web that by the time he started taking all this money back out,
it's money laundering. We know that, but it's like, come on.
I didn't have any money in my checking, my savings, but I would get to the point where I was having trouble buying groceries.
This person behind this Alexander Kraft profile has their hands in all of Marianne's accounts. The promises of helping her financially has led to mysterious funds going in and out of her accounts with hardly any left for Marianne to live off of.
It's sad.
I was like...
She couldn't buy food or anything because of it.
And I'd be like, where is my effing money, And he's like, I invested it for you. This is the whole thing now. He said, you said that you wanted me to help you with your investments. So I put it in this crypto account, but it had a time frame on it. You can't touch the money until 2026.
Oh my God.
And it's this website called...
You give me all your money now, but you can't touch it until 2026. I am just mind blown with this because she's gone through all of this. She's lost 50 grand. Then all this other money's coming through and coming to her house or whatever. But then it's like, oh, you can't touch it until 2026. And they still continue. It's like that Catherine the other day who was still talking to these 60 other bloody scammers, all pretending to be that country singer. God damn it.
Grand Elite. That's where my
and we
money
know that's
is
not
now.
real then. It's going to be looking at it.
All told, probably about 100,000, and now it's worth like 300,000. To take it out prematurely, I had to pay a fine.
And how much is the fine?
I paid another $8,000 for that, but that wasn't enough. Now it's $3,300.
She still did it.
I guess about 3.5 years is probably what it is.
Exactly, Tony. Yeah, I'll invest. I want your home.
$100,000.
100 grand.
I ended up taking out a home equity.
100 grand.
To save myself.
Oh no!
You know, I had all this credit. He left me with all this credit card debt. You know, I was behind on my mortgage and my car payments, and I changed bank accounts. I changed everything. Before I closed the account, I could see the money leaving my account. It was just like going. He was taking it as fast as my direct deposits were putting it in.
Alexander had left Marianne's accounts empty and her credit cards in debt. The person behind this profile has left Marianne's accounts empty and her credit cards maxed. Yet, she still holds out hope that this person could still be the successful businessman.
Oh, come on.
To be.
For the first
it's
time
not.
I think ever, I felt like somebody was going to take care of me. I had been caring and compassionate and supportive and helping everybody else. But this time it was somebody who was going to support me.
Exactly, Cal.
And as I've thought all along, if it's a real person, why wouldn't they just pay me back? It's like, I know he's still out there. I just am curious. Like, who is this?
It's a scammer.
All right, Seekers, we knew we had to act fast and sure.
The worst part of this is that she literally said at the very start, I was on Plenty of Fish, these people were getting in touch with me, and it's like, right, okay, understandable, let's have a little listen, have a little look. And she goes, I knew they were scammers. But you speak to the real person of the one who's now scamming you for 3 years, remember, 3 years, and they said, that is not me, do not give them money. And what does she go and do? She gives them over $100,000. Absolutely, it is nuts, isn't it? You know, it's a bit stupid. But, Tony, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if it probably is. I actually saw a video the other day where it was actually the dudes who do this. They'd done a short. And they said, why is it that nearly 90% of the scammers are based in Nigeria? Because it's easy money. And they haven't got any other way of getting out. So that's what they do. Absolutely nuts. Let's see what they say and how they help her.
The research team had a ton to go over, so they got to work.
So, I mean, we have a lot to work with, like 3 years of stuff, right?
Well, he sent a website, Grand Elite website, where he claims that he's been investing her money. The support team was reaching out to Marianne via email.
I mean, this is crazy because we have Grand Elite Trade, we have Guarantee Bank. This person's building these websites to create this story.
Sorry.
We have to dig into them, but they're using it to like leverage her.
We also have the 3 crypto receipts. If we add up every single one of these receipts, it's looking like she had transferred about $24,000.
Oh, wow.
Those were the only receipts she shared with us.
And how else was she sending money? I saw there were gift cards.
There's a lot of gift cards, and then also he had
gift cards
direct
again.
access to her retirement funds and her checking savings account.
Yeah, that is literally us lot right now. Literally us. He had access to her savings account. Shut up. You know, obviously because, you know, it's in his mind, he's probably like, shut the fuck up. What is happening? Let's listen to that again.
Had direct access to her retirement funds and her checking savings accounts. So he was in there moving money back and forth.
I think it's really important to understand like where this money went.
Exactly.
She was requested to send funds to. There's an address in Massachusetts,
But then there's this other guy in this other message that she's been asked to send money to, and there's an address in Missouri. We have to reach out to these people and warn them. So there's a lot to do here. Sheridan, if you want to look into the websites, you want to check history for that, who is, and then also see if we can try to get it taken down too, if it is.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then we have the passport, the IDs, if you want to.
Cal, that is true.
And then we have...
Cal, what you're saying there about some banks, they do stop like large amounts of money being transferred. Even so now, like, I bank with Lloyds here in the UK. I got a couple of other ones, but that's my main one. And on there, even if I make a purchase on Amazon or whatever, I still get a message on my phone, do you want to confirm it? Which I think is amazing. But there's a video currently doing the rounds where in London, a guy wanted to take out, I think it was either £2,500 or £4,500 because he wanted to buy his son a motorbike. And it was a Santander. And the bank refused it. And they were like, we don't know what you're buying. He went, I've just told you I'm buying a motorcycle for my son. Well, we need proof. And the guy's going nuts. And he's like, it's my money. The money is in my account. It's my money. I want to go and buy a motorbike. And they're like, well, you need to show us proof. And he's like, no, it's my money. I earned that money. I want to buy my son a motorbike. And he was getting his ass in his hand, which, to be honest with you, I would be so angry at that. And then they were like, oh, we don't know what's going on. And then they got on the phone, a woman higher up in the bank. Well, you haven't shown us any proof. And he's like, that's it. I want all my money out now. And they're like, oh, you can't do that because we need proof. And it's just absolutely insane. But yeah, here in the UK, I would assume it'd be like in the States and all that, yeah? Surely.
The people that are moving the money or that are accepting the money, right? So let's contact them. Let's figure out why that they're accepting money from Marianne. So we have a game plan. We only have, realistically, we have 4 days to execute, because we don't have a lot of time for this. So let's get to it.
Yeah,
all right, sounds good.
Let's do it.
Because we do these cases week to week, we didn't have much time. Brienne got straight to work to try and validate these two websites Alexander had Marianne investing in.
So we're looking at two websites for Marianne. We have the Guarantee Enterprise banking site. Let's see if we can take a look here at the address listed. Just do a quick Google Maps search of this address here. So we're seeing that the map has no
I told you, it's to them, it's easy money.
Does not exist.
So way to get out.
Okay, so for the Guarantee Enterprise Bank, it looks like, wow. It looks like it was created last year in June of 2023. So this is a fairly new banking site. Maybe there's a link here for Twitter, just goes right back to the Contact Us page. Yeah, it's safe to say that this banking site is extremely suspicious. Let's look at the Grand Elite trading site.
Kind of sad, isn't it?
All right, so let's take a look here. This trading site looks legit as well. They have different plans that you can sign up for. Let's go to the Get Started page. Looks like I can sign up for an account here. Let's just check the registration on this website. Okay, so it looks like this Grand Elite trading website was created back in October 18 of 2022. There's no registered owners stated. So I'm not seeing anything right off the bat, but it does look a little fishy. I know
it's created in the last year, obviously it is.
It just led me back to the login page. All right, let's check out the address for this. So this is in the UK.
Oh.
And it looks like it's supposed to be positioned in between one of these offices.
Above it.
But I only see clothing store, Subway, BFC Exchange. I don't see anything here under Grand Elite Trading. So that's very suspicious.
There we go.
So the only last thing to do here to validate either one of these websites is to go to the Wayback Machine and just confirm.
I love the Wayback Machine.
Websites look like back in 2023 and 2022.
And last but not least, Brienne sent over an IP tracker to try and confirm the location of this Alexander profile.
So I just found a TikTok of Alexander Craft, and I'm going to create a TikTok tracker link and just make it super vague and just say, you lied. We have the tracker link is created. We just need to log in to Marianne's Gmail.
You lied. Oh, I do like that.
So we're going to send him a message. It's going to say, you lied to me with the link. And we'll see if he clicks it.
Do you think he's going to click it though, chat?
About the team's
I
findings,
don't.
David felt there was more to be uncovered about these mysterious sites.
I want to show you what else I found because I found some like really interesting stuff. Grand Elite Trade, not surprised. Our browser extension said, "Hey, look, beware. This is, you know, too good to be true." So, you know, archive.org, which looks at like the history of a website, all the changes that happened. It was built in 2022, was the first version. What I decided to do is I went to a tool called Ahrefs. So Ahrefs, what it does, it looks at any website that links to your website or you linking to other websites. So I go there, I put in Grand Elite, I found this. So it's a website called EcoTrade Capital.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's weird. So I started like looking into this website. The website is no longer up, but then I plugged EcoTrade Capital into archive.org. And it's this like scammy looking website.
Yes.
That is like an investment site.
It's very basic. There's no information. There's very little text.
I go to the
Just
bottom.
give me your money.
And it says designed by. Did you see that?
I do, yes.
I open that up and then I come to this website called eNest Info Solutions. I go there,
what's this?
It's a web design company. So somebody at some point like had this company design this eco site that
No, Siri,
either
stop.
was sold off to Elite Trading or Elite Trading ripped off the site. So I went through here. I didn't see any contact info other than
don't know why that was
number
going.
below, which we can try calling.
Okay.
I just found.
I
this
doubt
stuff
they're gonna
out,
get
so I
any
haven't had enough
calls.
Time to actually dig in.
But there's his LinkedIn.
Oh, that's him right there.
Oh.
Roshan.
No
Let's send this guy
way.
a message. Let's see if he knows anything about this website. This is a great lead because this is somebody we know is connected to Elite Trading.
Do we think it's
He
him?
for sure built that eco trade website. Hopefully he messages back and we can figure out what's going on.
I'll let you know if he does.
All right. Sounds good.
The team felt good about all the findings and even had a detective in Nigeria look into the crypto Marianne sent. It was time to sit down to show her everything that we had found.
I'm David McClellan. I'm the founder of Social Catfish. And then Brienne's my wife. You've met Brienne.
Well,
and
I
talked to her many
didn't.
times.
Yeah, and I have one.
Well, we found out that those two are husband and wife. Okay.
Watched the YouTube video.
We didn't know that, but that's nice to see.
Well, it's really nice to meet you. We have a decent amount of stuff to go over.
Really? Wow.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound
Marianne,
good.
We have a good understanding of your case, and I know you've run through the list of money that you had sent on behalf of Alexander and even the things you've sold.
My mother had passed away, and I had a lot of her jewelry.
Oh, no, no.
That if I went to pawned it, I'd have the money soon to get it back. Like it was temporarily going to be there, and that never happened. And so,
How did he convince you? I mean, did you say, you know, I don't have any more money. I just have.
Now, that is the part that makes me really, really sad. That upsets me. Her mother's jewelry. And this guy convinced her, oh, you can go and pawn it, get the money back, blah, blah, blah. That's sad. Her mother's jewelry. Oh.
My mom's jewelry, and he's like,
yeah, I wish I could remember exactly how it happened, because it just, to me, it seemed right now, it just seems so absolutely ridiculous. I mean, these are pieces of jewelry that I remember my mother having.
That's
when I
it,
was a
see?
kid. And I still have some of it, but not those most valuable pieces.
The precious ones.
Our goal today is kind of unlock everything behind these profiles that you've been talking to, kind of give you that clarity. The first thing that we're going to go through is the passport that this person sent you. So Brianne's going to cover that.
Okay.
So we found some inconsistencies within the passport. We found that the font was different throughout the passport. So I ran a reverse image search on the signature and I found a match. And so what he did was he took a signature of Alexander and photoshopped it on top of this passport.
Days.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that we were able to run a reverse image search and find the signature that was placed on this passport, I mean, that just debunks the passport altogether.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing I want to run into is the website. You know, this person that you were talking to had you invest in this website, and then in order to get your money back, you had to pay this fine. We know this website's 100% fake. I'm going to let Brianne run through the website, and then we did some of our own
wait till the
digging,
end.
and we actually found out who built the website.
Wow.
What we found was that this website was actually registered last year in June. This is a fairly new banking website. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to invest my money in a bank that was just created last year.
Yeah.
So that rose a red flag. And then also the address listed on the website was invalid. It didn't lead anywhere. The phone number was invalid. If you try to call the phone number.
I was convinced it was fake. And I told him it was fake. Yeah.
So Marianne, if you were convinced that it was fake, why did you keep giving money?
Exactly.
I had no idea where the money was going. But that was his way of trying to get back in my good graces to say, oh, but Marianne, I put all the money in here in this account for you. And look how much it's grown. So that was when I sent money to some guy in Ohio or whatever the hell it was.
So he sent you the Grand Elite site and then you had sent him the money?
Mm-hmm. And there was even like this website with testimonials from people about how they couldn't believe how much money they had made and with their investment. I mean, it was pretty elaborate.
I want to agree with you. The fact that you just said it's pretty elaborate, when me and David both looked at both of the websites, it's probably the most elaborate websites we had ever seen.
Wow.
And the banking site being a fake site, it looks pretty legit.
Well, it actually is. So we looked this site up. What we did is we dropped this site into a few tools. And so we always look at like when the website was created. We look at the code on like how the website was built. There were links in the code to a website called EcoTrade Capital. So EcoTrade Capital is no longer a valid website, but it was
no longer
built,
available
many, many years ago. Through that website, we were actually able to find a guy who actually built that website. And so, you know, thinking that he might be involved, we reached out. And what had actually happened is the scammer at some point had come across this website. They ripped off the website, basically duplicated it on Grand Elite. That's why it looks like somewhat legit, and then changed out the logo.
That's the sad thing about it.
And then they used it to start scamming people. And so that's essentially the history behind this website.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just made no sense. It was nonsense. Yeah.
What changed where like all of a sudden it's nonsense now, or did you just start seeing the signs? Or
because I educated myself about what was, I started watching a lot of your videos.
Yeah, but you still got scammed for 3 years.
Research online.
So wait, you're saying that watching our videos, educating yourself that way,
I started seeing common themes.
So we help people out. People always comment. They're like, no, the videos won't stop people from being scammed. It stops people from being scammed.
It was good to see that Marianne
was
putting
still
the puzzle pieces
scammed
together. But we had more to go over. These last pieces of information was the nail in the coffin. We were able to figure out where this person behind this Alexander profile was located and where all of Marianne's money actually went.
So
no
let's
way.
go over blockchain capital investments with Mr. Sean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You sent money to 2 different people. You sent over their contact information. We called Tanya. She didn't answer. We called Sean. Hello, may I speak to Sean? I am representing a woman by the name of Marianne. Do you know Marianne? Okay. She was prompted by a man by the name
Let us
of
hear the voice.
Alexander
Come on.
to wire transfer you in the amount of I believe there's 2 transfers, one of them being $5,695. She has access to your address because the person she's talking to gave her your address and your information. And then the address 80 Elizabeth Drive, Ludlow, Massachusetts.
Boom.
Wow.
They knew.
Sean was not happy. He was very defensive, upset that I called him. He said he was not a part of any of this. He never received any money from you. He doesn't know who you are. He also said that I have the wrong Sean.
Okay.
And I asked, but are they all living at XX address? And then he hung up on me.
Oh, he didn't like that. He did not like that.
Also, I did follow up with a text message letting him know I want to help him out. If he wouldn't mind reaching out to us and just confirming what his place is and all of this.
Right. Some of those people are victims too. Yeah.
We know where this person is for sure. Brienne.
Did he click on the thing?
He clicked on it.
He did. Oh my God.
So you gave us
a scammer getting scammed. Love it.
And I just dropped in a quick little chat, a link, a TikTok link in there, and he clicked it right away. And so we were able to confirm that he is from Lagos, Nigeria.
Mm-hmm. That's
Tony. Tony, you were right. Wow. You know what? I gotta find the video regarding where the guy from here is saying about why it's in Nigeria. Wow. Tony, you are right.
what I would, every time I would talk to him, I'd be like, what's it like in Lagos today?
He clicked on it not once, not twice, but 3 times. So we know for sure he's in Lagos.
We actually worked with a detective from Nigeria specifically, and he has access to your cryptograph.
When we pulled the transactions, we were able to actually pull a lot of different amounts of money that was deposited, not just yours. So
look how much money!
$458,000 that was deposited. There was $10,000, $38,000, $15,000, another 15, another 10. And so we were able to trace those actually to exchanges. But unfortunately, they went to a lot of different exchanges. They went to Binance, KuCoin, Remitano, and then Naira X, which Naira X is...
You know what, Kel? We gotta try and find it now. We gotta try and find the one which is not from Nigeria.
It's actually like an exchange that's in...
Nigeria.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this person, whoever got this money from you, they actually stole significantly larger amounts of money from other people. And so, I mean, we're talking well over $500,000, you know, almost about $600,000.
Wow.
That is a lot.
Sad.
After all that this person has put you through, why did you continue staying in contact with them? Why do you think?
I was very anxious. I was losing weight. I knew it wasn't like, this was not good for me. I probably lost like 15 pounds, but I also felt like,
bless her.
I was having a little bit of financial trouble at that point. My dog had bitten someone. Then he came along and he was like, I can help you with that.
And so you're like, I mean, you're a nurse, so like your whole life, you're taking care of other people. Now you have, for the first time in your life, somebody's coming to you like, don't worry, I got it. I'm going to help you out.
It was like, yeah, like, don't think another thing of it. I got out, let me pay your bills. And it was like, oh.
That's what made her think, see? She was like,
and
yeah, this is it.
Paying bills. You get caught up in it, and there's part of you that wants to believe it, because wouldn't life be easier?
It seems to be that a lot of these people, they all want it to be, oh, I just want it to be, again, I understand that. People want it to be real. I understand that. But then when you're seeing that, well, this is going on, you can't really do anything, and, oh, I just want that person to be real. And I hope that she doesn't say that she wants this guy to pay back like those two with Johnny Depp did, which, again, that's kind of interesting, where it's only the celebrity ones where they want the money to be given back to them.
If this billionaire came along and took care of these problems for me,
So next steps for us, we have these 2 websites. One of them has actually been up for a few years. So what we're going to do is we're going to report them and then work to get the websites actually taken down. So they can't use them to scam anybody else anymore. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to file that. And then we'll work with you to get a police report filed, for everything that happened.
Thank you for, all the work that went into it. I really, I had to really do some soul searching. Like, why do I want to know this?
Yeah, she probably did.
I kind of knew, but I'm tired of being ashamed of myself. Yeah. And
don't be ashamed of yourself.
Just really does set you free.
Just admit that you were, all this gone on. Right, that's it. It's over.
You to get the additional information filed.
I've just found the other one as well for us chat to have a look at what the guy says.
Anytime, Marianne, you can reach out to Brianne, myself, or the rest of the team. Okay.
Well, thank you. You got to the bottom of it. Yeah.
Marianne intends to fully block the fraudulent Alexander Kraft profile. After considerable effort, David was able to successfully have the website removed from the internet.
Good.
Marianne also vows to never send money to anyone she hasn't met in person.
That's it.
Especially online. With all of the information the research team has gathered, Marianne can now submit a police report to law enforcement for further investigation. If you have been involved in a romance scam...
Is that it? Just going on with it? Yeah. So, like I was saying, I've actually found the one where the guy says, literally, why are romance scammers in Nigeria?
Why is there so many romance scammers in Nigeria? There's a number of reasons of why, but I'm gonna give you a few. The first reason is there's 40% of Nigerians that live in poverty. And due to a poorly developed healthcare system, life expectancy is 55 years old. In some areas, opportunity is slim to none. So some kids are left to fend for themselves. By the way, I'm not making any excuses for romance scammers or them stealing money, but I am empathetic towards the challenges that they go through in Nigeria. Do you think...
See, with that there, 55 years of age is the life expectancy. How mad is that? 55 years of age. That, to me, that is absolutely mind-blowing. Just because of, well, when we've seen certain things. So with that there, my grandfathers, they died when they were 64, 68, no, 64, 64, and my dad's father died when he was 88, 87, around there. So seeing that literally 55 years of age is what the year that they are, that's the life expectancy. That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. It's sad as well when you see certain things, because all these things are going on, all of these people, and that is the expectancy of what these people think. But I'm looking by here now, and well, we saw the fake country star Chase Rice. What else should we try and have a little look at? You know what? Let's have a little look-see first as well at the Daily Mail, shall we? See what rubbish they got going on there today. So, yeah, we'll say, yeah, my nan is still alive, where my granddad died when he was 64, and she's around 93, 94, that's her age. My Uncle Jim, well, I call him my Uncle Jim, so, literally my grandfather's best mate. He's currently 98, and he is doing so well with his life. He is so fit still at that age, it's insane. It's just the genes of certain people, though, isn't it? But yeah, so we got Palestine action, block streets and clash of police. Government moves to ban group following RAF-based protests. What else we got? Don't care about them ones. Yeah, over the weekend with all of this, wasn't it? Bloody absolutely insane. Yeah, Brooklyn Beckham is no longer speaking to his father and family. Yeah, it's not a lot of good stuff. You know what? Let's just have a look at showbiz. That's the funniest one. So, his history, Yolanda Hadid reaches out to Victoria Beckham and claims she grew concerned about Nicola age gap romance with son and held crisis talks. Okie dokie. What else we got? Beyonce smokes cigarette on stage, okay. Kanye's new arm candy. West's wife shocks again. Oh my god. There's so much crap going on, isn't there? Oh, sorry, Tony. I'll say my nan's still alive, but I haven't spoken to her in about 10 years. Which is sad because, again, she's my grandmother, but yeah, she's a horrible lady. The best ones always go first. That's the sad thing. The best ones always go first. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a lot of... Oh, here you go. Let's have a look at this one, shall we? The Johnny Depp one. Obviously, they're going to be talking quite a bit about this one here. So he claims he was betrayed by 3 of his closest friends who deserted him after he was accused. So which friends are these, folks? Do we know? He's spoken out about how he was deserted by 3 of his closest friends. Hollywood star, okay, so recast, yeah, we saw. I still haven't seen Fantastic Beasts 3. Still haven't seen that one. He also claims that he was allowed to let down by some of the people in his inner circle. Did he say who it is, though? That's what we need to have a look at. He criticised the action. Well, yeah, exactly. He said, I'll tell you what hurts. There are people, and I'm thinking of 3 who did me dirty. Those people were at my kids' parties throwing them in the air. You know what? What he says there, that has got to be the hardest part of it all. It really does. Because this person, or these people, who, they've said they're your friends, they're this, everything, at your kids' birthday parties, playing with your kids and everything else. And then when something like this comes out, oh no, go. It's absolutely nuts. And it says here as well, obviously, Johnny's agent of 30 years, who was sacked in 2016, spoke out against him. Yeah, we know that. We saw that one. Studios were reluctant to hire him because of his reputation for being late to work. We saw all of that because he was tardy, if you remember. And my loyalty is the last thing anybody could question. I was with one agent for 30 years, but she spoke in court about how difficult I was. Came to, yeah, we know that one there. Yeah, okay. The Dan Wooten article where he now says that it was wrong and she lied to him. Which is still nuts to hear that now at this moment in time. And obviously the High Court in London ruled in the Sun's favour. She countersued her ex-husband. Didn't go anywhere though. At the time, the star had offered his reaction to the ruling and expressed that the jury gave me my life back, which is very, very true. Oh, Kel, yeah, that's very young for someone to go. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Kel. Losing both. Yeah, it's death. Like I say, now because I'm getting older, I do sometimes just lie in bed sometimes, and I won't get to sleep because I am just thinking. Because obviously I'm 39 and now I'm getting old. My mum and dad are getting to those ages, and I'm like. Even though there's more advances in medicine and all this kind of stuff this day and age, it still makes you think, like, what's going to happen? Because I do think of it, like, say, it's because of that, I'm like, right, okay, if this happens, well, we got to look after each other, we got to do this, we got to do that. But then sometimes I'm just thinking, I don't want him to go. Again, it's because that is the most inevitable thing for every single person in this world. It is inevitable. Everyone is going to pass on. And like I say, with the religiousness, my mum's an ex-Jehovah's Witness, my father's a Roman Catholic and all this. And, they talk about God and everything else. And I'm like, you know what? I don't believe, again, that's me, I just don't believe in that. And like I say, when my grandpa died, my mum's real dad, he died when he was 64, and he is the only person out of everyone who's died in my family, the one I miss the most. Because he just literally lived every day to the fullest, like, have fun. If he was still here now, he'd be in his 80s now, but with the way all of this is, set, like I say, I got the camera, I got all of this, he would literally be on stream with me, because he just loved technology and he loved talking to anyone. If anyone would listen, he would speak to him. And that's why I think if with this sort of thing, he would absolutely love it. And to say, out of everyone, he is the one I miss the most. And I do think there's like, what would it be like if he was here? Like, don't get me wrong, I miss my dad's mum, I miss my dad's dad, and my mum's stepdad. I miss them and everything else. But he's the one, my Grampy Terry, my mum's real dad, he would be the one who'd be like, you know what? He would be doing all this because he just loved technology. You know, this is how... I'm gonna share something now, which I don't know if people are gonna laugh, but I think this is absolutely hysterical. And again, when my grandfather told me, and that was about deleting himself. Okay, my grandpa, he tried it once, and again, when he told me, I was like, well, you did do a good job, you're still here, obviously, mate, you, as I do, making jokes. And because he said about it, he goes, and funnily enough, it was all over my mum's mum, the one I don't speak to, one who's still alive. That just goes to show how she messes people up. And my grandpa, he went to Caerphilly Mountain, and what he was going to do, he said, I got a vacuum hose, and he put it on his car exhaust and put it in the car. Obviously, monoxide poisoning and all that. And he said he was sat there, going through it, and he was revving the car now and again just to get more of the fumes in. And he had to get out because, get this, he couldn't breathe. Yeah, so I find that absolutely hysterical that he goes, yeah, I'm going to self-delete myself, but I couldn't do it because I couldn't breathe. And to me, I've always laughed at that, and I still do, because my grandma, say, he was literally so full of life and everything. And then it was like one little moment in his life where he thought, I can't do anything else. I can't be with this woman, blah, blah, blah. The only thing I could do now is not be here. And when he said that, when he's told me, I started laughing. And he's like me with a sense of humor. And he started laughing too. And he's like, this is it, you know? And a lot of my experiences have been either with my father, my mum, or my Grampy Terry. My Grampy Terry, he used to take me out every single week. And even when I was getting into my teenage years and when I was 18, 19, I'd still go out with him because I loved him so much. I absolutely loved him, and I still do. And I didn't care, because you had some like my niece now, she's 14. I don't want to go out with my grandfather. I don't want to do this. It's like, when I was that age, again, I didn't want to go with my mum, my dad, or my other ones, but my Grampy Terry, I'd go everywhere with him because he was just so full of information as well. A bit like how, how this day and age, obviously, we got Google on our phones and stuff like that. He was literally like an encyclopedia. And he was like, oh yeah, we'd do it like this, how the bridges were made, he'd go through it all. And I absolutely loved it. But yeah, with the, he tried that, and still to this day, it still makes me laugh that he goes, I had to get out because I couldn't breathe. To me, that is one of the greatest. That is literally, if it was in a sitcom, it would be the perfect sitcom moment ever. Because it's like, well, you're trying to, that's what the aspect is, But yeah, it's just the way it is. And the way so many people this day and age are ungrateful for a lot of things, And the people who seem to stay, the ones who are still in this world, the ones who, if they've done bad things to people, they seem to be the ones who are still here. And I do not like that. I really don't like it. But it is. No, Cal, yeah, I get that. Not the same person that you knew. Yeah. It's... Like, say, my mum and my dad, they're like, oh, you're fine, live your life, this, that, and the other. And obviously with me, because obviously my back and everything else, I am basically classed as a dependent because I can't really go out on my own because of my back, and if anything happens, I'm literally just fucked. But yeah, my mum and dad, they're the ones who are like, oh, go out, do this, do that. And I'm like, well, we will try it. But yeah, the worst ones who stay in this world, that's the ones I don't like. The ones who have caused a lot of harm to people, and they've never done any good for anyone but themselves, they're still here. And they seem to be the ones as well who always seem to get away with shit and get everything. Perfect example, this atrocious woman here. You know, this is it. And look at that there. Look what it says by there. You know, Johnny Depp risks running with her. No, it wasn't. Itchy leg. Itchy leg. Itchy leg. Oh, Kel. Yeah. It's so... With that, the only... with dementia, the only experience I had, it was my friend's mum. And she died young. She died really young. And, you know, I'd take him to, you know, to go and see her and everything else. And he would say, he was like, you know, Dan, she may not remember you, so don't worry. And I was like, I knew, okay, you know, tell me what was wrong. And would go there, and she would just be looking at him and going, so who are you? And even though it wasn't my mum, I was like, oh my God. Inside, I was heartbroken for him. I was like, oh my God. But, you know, let's say, hands up, he dealt with it like a real champ. He did everything right. He's like, oh no, you know, and he kept explaining, oh, well, I'm your son, and going on. And it was so upsetting to see. But he was like, I gotta do it. I felt so sorry for him. But again, she passed on, and he still is. He's still strong about it. And it's like, yeah, this is what it is. Oh, you know, so obviously, this day and age, when you see what all these drug companies and everything else, and what they're curing and everything else, they still can't find things for the two that cancer for me, I absolutely hate it. That is the number one thing in this world that I wish wasn't here. And to be honest with you, I do think that they know how to cure cancer and get rid of it, but they don't want to because of how much money they're making off all the cancer drugs. And the other one is dementia, which I think is because a lot of people who influenced my life, the ones, again, could be comedy, could be anything like that, entertainment, you name it, they all seem to suffer from that, or some sort of it. And, like say, seeing my, my mate's mum go like that as well, I was like, oh my God. Because when I was young, she was amazing. She was like, yeah, you know, she was playful, doing everything. And those are the two that I wish that we could just click our fingers and get rid of. You know? Those are the ones that I would love to. Because everyone has lost so many people to those two things. And obviously with dementia, it's just seeing that, you know, it's like, oh, you know, that they just don't know who you are, you know? And especially if you've been with them, obviously if it's your child, husband, wife, whatever. When I see things regarding dementia on TV or whatever, I always get upset, always do. And I don't, you know, it's sad, you know? But yeah, that's what it is. And I really do wish that we could get something to just to get rid of them. Right, guys, what are we going to look at? Let's do one more video. Let's do one more video today. Like say, because it was an impromptu stream, obviously, because my bloody doctors cancelled on me, the bastards. But we will. Right, what we got? We're not going to do we'll do popular. So we're starting from. So a man continues sending money to his military girlfriend. Ugh. They finally meet. 190 grand. Well, we saw the Stranger Things one. You're beautiful. Catfish. 29 years old. New wife. Man cheats on wife. It's gotta be this one. Has to be this one, folks. Oh, Cal. Yeah, you know, it's like, say, what we see this day and age, surely they can get rid of things, but the drug companies, perfect example is in America, isn't it? With the opioid crisis and all that kind of stuff. And, oh yeah, they're just dishing it all out to people and Oxy and everything else. And they made trillions of dollars from it. Oh, it's not our fault. So, he cheats on his wife with an adult actress. Ooh. This could be a good one, I think. Alright, get rid of the...
We've helped thousands of people and are excited
just because of the music.
Catfish of Lillington, North Carolina. This lovely woman opening the door for us is Tammy. She reached out to us for help after discovering suspicious messages on Steven's phone. We opened our inbox to this video message.
You can tell this is an old video because... When is it? This is 3 years old. And, yeah, you can see, look at it, you know, I think it's going to be fun.
But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's see what Tammy has to say.
I've been dealing with romance scammers with my husband. Well, when I first met him, I fell in love with him right away. It was like we were meant to be together, and I really thought he was my soulmate. He has turned into a different person. He's not the same person he used to be. It's affecting our marriage.
Not being funny.
The first time I heard about Alex, he got a
it's not going to happen.
Message. It was, "Hey babe, are you home yet?" And my heart just sunk, and I tried to grab the phone from him, but he said, "No, you can't have it. She's beautiful." He is usually in
What's that got to do with
in the
it?
backyard, either on the computer or on his phone.
My man cave later.
If he just wanted an online relationship, like, I could go for that.
Yeah, mate,
But
it's ain't going to happen, is it?
seem to be
Not with this.
And it
Oh, the poor woman.
so bad. I'm sorry.
After reviewing
That
Tammy's video,
poor woman.
we sat down with her husband, Steven. We wanted to
Yeah,
know
what's
more
he gonna
about the
say?
1-year relationship he had with Alex before we started investigating.
What's your motivation?
Yeah, a porn star's not going to fall for him. You know?
In wanting to do this?
My motivation? Just, I fell in love with somebody.
You're talking to other women online and then, you know, sometimes sleeping
Look
in
at that.
the bed with your wife right now. Why not just end it? I mean, it seems like a lot to put her through. Like, I mean, the way you're talking to me is like, you're done, you're over it, you're whatever.
Yeah.
But then the actions are a little bit different.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to throw someone away after like 15 years, but...
What things make you feel
You
like
don't
this
throw
person's
someone away? Oh my
she's got a lot of
God.
right answers. And, you know, she's got all the excuses not to talk to me on the phone and stuff like that. And that's where I draw the line. It's like, I know she's got something hiding right there because of that.
So, obviously, dating an adult actress, someone who lies on the back or whatever, he thinks that he's got a relationship with her. And saying, "Oh, I can't do anything at the moment because I'm working." I'd be like, it's... So, obviously, when you see things like this, and it's the one thing that I can never understand, is the ones who, if they get into a relationship with someone who is an adult star, and they're fine with them doing the adult movies with other people. Nah. You know? It's like, sorry. It's like now, at this moment in time, with how many OF people are out there, and you are seeing all these girls saying, "Oh yeah, we do this, we do that," and a lot of people now, a lot of the men, are like, "We don't want you." How do those women feel? Because they're like, "Oh, well, you should." It's like, well, no. Men don't want to go out with someone who's being poked and prodded by thousands of other people. And with him saying this now, because he's been married to this woman for 15 years. And again, he's not exactly a looker. It doesn't look like he's got money or whatever. And this adult star, which she is a beautiful girl, she ain't gonna fall for him. It's...
How much money have you given?
Too much. Probably about $8,000.
And what made you feel that you should give somebody money you haven't met?
This is it, Cal. So, I was talking to my mates about it because we just came across it and all that. And again, because obviously a lot of us, you know, on Instagram or whatever, you like tweets and you like photos and everything else. And we saw it and we were like, you know, the men who were okay with their girlfriend going off and doing that and then coming home, and it could get to the point where you're like, oh, you know, they come home and you could be in the mood, you want to, you know, and you're like, oh, no, I can't do it today. I was like, but you've been in work doing it all day. Is that sort of thing. But when you've got the ones who are doing the explicit content, it's because we were talking about it and say about if they were just doing, like, obviously here in the UK, we used to have page 3 models, didn't we? You had Nuts Magazine, you had Zoo. If they were doing things like that, a lot of us were like, you know what? They're not doing anything, you know, it's like, right, okay, whatever. But hey, Liz, how's it going? But if they're the ones who are doing the things online and they're doing videos and all that, it's like, you know, it's like, if you want to do that, I'll do it with you. That's what my mindset probably would go into it. But in the end, it's like, nah, I'm not going to have you just parade naked online and whatever and do all these things. It's absolutely nuts. And it's like that guy now, Adam22. His girlfriend or wife or whatever has become a full-blown P-star, which she is. And she's doing all these things. He's like, oh, I'm so proud of her. And she's literally being run through. And it's like, mate, what are you doing? I don't understand their mindset. I really don't. But again, no, they probably think I'm never going to get someone this gorgeous or whatever again. I just want her to be happy, so I'll allow anything. That's the sad and that's the wrong mindset.
Well, because I've been talking so long, it's like I do know them now. And you lose that sense of perception about not knowing them and stuff like that because
that's a little bit nuts.
Every day typing and stuff like that, you do know them.
No, you don't.
You've talked to her for a year, but you've never been able to get on a video chat with her?
Video chat, but not live, or not decent one. You're always, something's wrong, communication, or, you know, it's always an excuse.
Yeah.
How did you meet her? I mean, were you online looking for love? Did somebody randomly contact you? How did you meet her?
She's one of the ones that I sent a message to her, you know, on her Facebook page, and just sent a message to her, and then she answered me back. Things have gotten different, you know. Like I said, talking to a bunch of different women online and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
All about it. I mean, she's been out here with me when I'm doing it, so.
Yeah.
So he's sending messages to all these other stars and adult actresses. Oh my God, mate, come on. He's the type of person where you see certain things. If you look on like the Instagram posts or whatever, you always got the people who are like, oh, you look amazing, baby, and all this cringy shit. He's one of those people.
It seems like she's pretty like patient and accepting of that.
Yeah, she is really good about that. I mean, if she's just good the way it was right there, we'd probably work it out easily, you know, but things that come, you know, this girl is supposedly coming to see me end of this month.
I hear two stories.
Yeah, okay.
From you, like I'm super confused. I mean, you tell me in one ear you're telling me that if Tammy was, you know, easier going, you'd work it out, and then
he is literally a clown.
Ear you're telling me that, you know, you're going to.
Yeah, Cassandra's even worse in my eyes. This is
a B plan to fall back onto in case the first one doesn't work. You know, it's
my recommendation.
A B plan.
I would definitely be candid and honest because it seems like she has a different perception of
your
feelings toward her and you know, maybe not treat her as a backup because it's a little disrespectful. But look, Steven,
a little, it's major disrespectful.
Try to corroborate the story, and then from there we'll set up a call and then we'll go through everything we found. Is that fair?
That's fine. Go ahead.
It seemed like Tammy and Stefan had different perspectives on their marriage. Tammy loves Steven and wants to do anything to make it work. On another hand, Steven only married her.
He seems to have back issues as well because he's very hunched over.
Work at all. After gathering all of the photos, emails, and numbers that were sent to Steven supposedly from Alex, it didn't take a lot of time to find out.
Oh, Cassandra, yeah.
Romance scammed. It turns out the phone numbers that the scammer was using to communicate with Steven were VoIP numbers, and the emails had no history.
Yep.
After running a simple reverse image search on our site, socialcatfish.com, we found the real
what did they find? Yeah.
profiles. She's an adult film actress from New York. She is literally all over the internet. Meanwhile, Tammy sent over one last bit of information. Not only was Steven sending this scammer gift cards for food and bills, he had also paid money to someone who was posing as Alex's manager for dates with Alex that he never received. We reached out to Alex and her management team and thought it would be perfect for her to talk to Steven to clear things up, and she agreed. Real quick, guys, we work really hard on these videos and we are so close to 20,000 subscribers. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get back into it.
We're back at it. So essentially, we put so much work into this. We've done a lot of investigation, and we actually have a surprise. There's going to be a lot of twists and turns here. We talked to you guys individually. We kind of heard different stories. Did you guys have time to talk with each other? And where do you guys both stand?
I don't know if I were planning her leaving, so decided to work through this, that's all.
So your goal is, no matter what the results are today, is that you want to work through this together.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. Well, let's jump into it. We have a lot. You had actually sent money to Alex's manager.
Right. I never got my date or nothing. She wound up in the UK, and then all kinds of crazy stuff in there.
We actually looked into the emails that you were sent, and they're actually brand new email addresses. So they were just created not too long ago. When you create
That's
email,
nuts, innit?
You know, there are typically footprints over a period of time, right? You create social profiles. Maybe you reuse that username when you create social media accounts. And so they're usually public footprints associated with emails over time, right? And what we've realized, like, that when we look up an email, we can usually see some sort of history on this email. There was zero history with this email, meaning it was just created. It was probably created just to send to you that one time, or maybe a handful of people, and you ended up being one of them. And so when we looked into the email, that's what we found. The next piece of information that we're pulling up, so there was this driver's license that was sent to you. Can you kind of just tell us a little bit about that driver's license and why it was sent to you?
It was sent to me as a joke because I kept asking. She sent me one like that.
That one we looked into, we actually found that image on Instagram. So that picture, we actually found the original picture that was used in that driver's license photo, and it was posted publicly at one point on Instagram. Whoever got it took it and photoshopped it onto a state ID. So the state will actually on the website put samples of the identification cards so that people can see what they look like. So somebody took that ID on the state website, photoshopped the picture in, and changed some of the information. But if you look on top of that, you can see that the signatures don't match whatsoever. And
there's just a few missing symbols from the original sample for the New York license. So there's a few different things that are missing if you compare the one that she sent you to the sample that the actual state gives you. So that's how we're able to tell that was photoshopped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same exact hair and everything.
So there are two pictures side by side. Tell us a little bit about that. It looks like she's holding a sign that says, "Steven, I love you."
Yeah, she supposedly had to make that because she can't do anything. Supposedly she couldn't send anything live over the net, so she had to put a picture together, she said.
It looks like she had sent you this photo as well. She has some luggage with her. How did she end up sending you that photo?
She said she got it from her friend. From one of her friends took the picture, and then she downloaded it from there and then sent it.
Did she mention that she was going somewhere, or?
Yeah, she was going to the UK or something like that.
Oh, the UK.
We looked through this video where the mouth isn't always following, and it looks like it's sliced. So the video is actually cut. So if I was to send you a video, me talking to you right now, I would just say, "Hey, Steven, how's it going? Hope you have a good day," right? Or, "Hey, Tammy, you know, give me a call back." And this video is actually sliced. Like somebody actually took the video, edited it. You can see the video stop and restart at another point, and the mouth doesn't fully match up.
Good morning, Steven. I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay well and stay safe.
I don't think
It wasn't very long ago.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Yeah, you did. You gave it to me. It was right before she came to North Carolina.
Okay, I remember basically some of that.
How does this make you all feel like so far? Like, how are you feeling like looking through this information and like a lot of this is starting not to add up?
I've known this pretty much most of the way. But I couldn't prove it 100%, and it's just like, I mean, what's their point of going this much trouble this far, you know, for something fake? You know, it's just like, I don't get why they would do something like that. That's all. I mean, there's no monetary gain out of it, really. I mean,
but there is, right? I mean, there's an $8,000 monetary gain. Like, Steven, no offense, like, I'll talk to you for $8,000.
Yeah, most people would, I guess.
And so these profiles, Alex's profiles have what's called like a blue check mark. And so like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, they've verified her as being a real person. And so part of that verification is they add this blue check mark.
Oh my god. I was muted. No! Ugh. As I was saying... See, I'm forgetting things. So the blue check mark and stuff. We know you can pay for it on Twitter. And we also know now that on Instagram, you can even pay for it. And with that, because I only know about the Instagram one because I had an email. Because it said, oh, do you want to be verified? And I'm like, well, okay. I looked into it and I would have to pay. I'm like, why would I have to pay for it? It's me. You know, I know it's my account. I'll send you the details. Oh, no, if you want, you got to pay for it. Literally like Twitter does. And it's absolutely stupid. I hate it.
To let people know, hey, look, you're talking to the real person. And then that way, when you see stuff like this, like pages like these, you can easily tell that they're
fake,
newly created, or you know, it's not the real person. So in looking to these pages, like neither one of these are her or even tied to her. So we actually have a surprise. We reached out to Alex's management.
No way.
And we're actually going to get him on this call.
No way.
Huh.
Oh.
That'd be Matt.
Alex.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, this is David with Social.
Holy shit!
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing good. Thanks for doing this, by the way.
Thank you for having me. I was just saying, people need to know that I'm not on the internet, like, asking for money.
I do want to start off and say, Alex,
look at him! Look at him! He's like, fuck, it's really her. And it's like, I wonder if he's going to be like, well, baby, we've been talking, you know, I've sent you $8,000, you know, give me a little bit of sugar. But look at him. Look how red he's gone as well.
Ever met Steven, the guy in the black shirt?
No.
Yeah. And so, like, Steven, we brought Alex on here because we deal with so many people in her situation. And, you know, yes, she's like a celebrity. Yes, people know who she is, but people take advantage of her, and she's also a victim.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
And so people steal her pictures and they scam other people out of money, and they don't care about what it puts.
No, they don't.
So I'll let Alex talk about that for a few minutes and just maybe talk about like what she's been through. But I just.
He looks shameful, he does. And she's just like, I'll get rid of the chat a minute on the screen because it looks like she's about to give him a telling off. Why would you leave your wife?
Why would you leave your wife? You have had been married for 15 years. Why would I ask you for money? Ooh, you know what'd be funny?
If she says, why would I choose you? Ooh. Let's get back to the instant replay.
Just want to be clear, she's never met you or talked to you or I don't mean it in a bad way, but she doesn't know who you are.
No.
All the time. I mean, this happens a lot. People just, and this also happens, not just me, but many of my colleagues, my close girlfriends in the industry. It happens to all of us. People steal our photos that we put out online.
Oh, yeah.
I see some girls with a watermark with their social media handle. I don't do that all the time. And so they'll take the photos, and sometimes they even do that, and they'll erase the watermark.
They do.
Photoshop it. And then what they do is they use these photos.
Seen that with footballers.
Tend to be either me personally or us or just some random person in another state, just like a pretty girl, and then trick people. And this happens all the time. It happens every single day. I mean,
with that as well, the sad thing is of how many people are out there doing this. How many people are out there doing this?
It's a problem.
Where is your social media, and how does somebody know what is real and what isn't?
Look at the follower count. That's number one. If there's a high
That's the big one.
Count, so on my Instagram, I have 1.5 million followers. Twitter is like 137,000. Facebook has like 45,000. Frankly, I don't have time to make any more profiles. And I do have like a not safe for work Twitter, for example, but I clearly write that in my profile, and I am constantly sharing that on my profile. So I am not making all these little tiny profiles on all these social media platforms to talk to people, because I'm a busy woman and I work all the time. Like, I don't do that. I never will.
And then Alex, I wanted to run through like some of these
absolutely nuts, isn't it?
Given to Steven. There was a picture where you were like, it looks like you're holding the camera, but it was in a driver's license picture. Did you see that one?
Yeah, we wanted to know, where did you guys
get
that picture? The picture that was used in the driver's license.
That was a photo that I took of myself in my bedroom like 2 years ago.
The next one, you have luggage. What was this backstory on that?
So many.
To the UK.
A trip to UK? What's the backstory on that?
One, I've never even been to the UK, so that's a lie. Number two,
oh my God,
actually a photo of me heading to, I believe it was Las Vegas, 2 years ago.
Gotcha. And then the last thing we want to run through, we thought it was kind of comical because there was like a video that was like sliced halfway through. Did you see that?
Good morning, Stephen. I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay well and stay safe.
The only time I ever do that is if it's for a custom shout out or a custom video that somebody.
Look at him, he doesn't like it, does he?
So I have a site called Cameo where fans can pay for me to give them a custom shout out in which
$100. $100 for them to say hi.
I would say their name. Or also on OnlyFans, and I'm also on a site called Sex Panther where you can text me. Other than that, outside of my platforms that I use to communicate, I don't communicate with anybody on a personal level.
Very cool. Well, I appreciate you taking all the time to
go
through it. I just want to reiterate people in your situation, they're victims too, that this has just become part of your life. Like, yes, you are, trying to make a living for yourself, and you are a celebrity. But people take advantage of that, and unfortunately, this is part of your everyday life.
He looks just like, oh my God.
Any questions that you have?
No, it's okay. Thank you.
Cool. Well, Alex, you're free to jump off.
Oh my God. We gotta watch that part again. Oh my God. He just looks. He is literally just like. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it's really her. And it's, what's going through his mind? That's what I want to know. What is going through his mind? And it's just the way he goes, nope, thank you, bye.
Part of your everyday life, something you deal with.
Here we go.
Stephen, any questions that you have?
No, it's okay. Thank you.
Oh my God,
Alex,
he is lost.
You're free to
Cassandra,
jump off.
he's just like, holy shit.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So funny as well, though. It's like, dude.
Well,
like, we got you, buddy.
What do you think?
Oh, God.
I mean, I guess it'll sink in a little while.
It's not in a while, mate. She just told you it's not her.
We've dealt with thousands.
Again, it's going back to the other one we saw earlier.
She talks to a lot of people, helps a lot of people out. Where are most of these people from, and who are they?
Oh.
Nigeria, and it's usually a group of scammers, not just one. They work together as a group. It's basically a company that they've made out of just scamming people.
And to reiterate, they can be anywhere in the world, but we tend to see, like, the romance side of things, they tend to be, 19 to 25-year-old males out of Lagos, Nigeria.
That's nuts.
Unfortunately. We've seen them in China, we've seen them in Russia. A lot of them tend to be male, and so we're probably talking to a guy.
100% Cassandra. Look at him.
All right, that's fine. Thank you. I'm sorry, I just gotta be quiet for now. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and go because I just need to step outside for a few minutes.
You need a break.
Yes.
Look at his wife. She's probably thinking, you dumb fucker.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the answer, so.
Ooh.
That's it. That's exactly what I thought. I mean, I've researched as much as I could and learned a lot, how to try and find.
I feel sorry for the wife the most.
And how to find out whether.
Hello!
Everything I came across was 100% sure that it was not her.
It is.
And he could not show me one for sure thing that she was. He just had hopes.
Hopes and dreams are slashed and gone. Correct, he does. He looks so embarrassed.
Will he discontinue talking to whoever he's talking
This is it. Is it going to stop?
That I don't know. I know he had told me that if she wasn't the real Alex, that he thought she might be somebody else just as pretty and maybe even another porn star, and
why?
All I could do was roll my eyes.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Talking to me because it fuck up her social media. Pretty up playing games like that with me, but I'll have to deal with it. It's not the best thing in the world. But I still need to get back to other people to find out what's really going on, because now I can use that video to show them and say, hey, put up or shut up now. So that's all I need to know.
Do you know what you're gonna do coming forward?
Probably just get over it. Depends on the outcome.
Could be Tony. Could have.
Who is she? What's up with that?
Could have an addiction with it.
So I got answers I gotta find out. Me and Tammy are fine. We love each other.
So why are we? Nah.
Platonic, we're just used to each other all the time. I never want her to leave because I love her to death. But there's the side of me that still wants the other stuff and like that, and just screwed up all the way around.
Yeah, he did. No, fucking chat. No. Come on, chat. No, he can't be. Come on, chat. This guy can't be this dumb, can he? Nah. Literally, after all of the proof we gave him, Stephen still thinks she's coming to see him at the end of the month. He literally just spoke to her, and she said, I have no idea who you are. It's... Oh. He went and texted his Alex and asked her about it. She said she is not allowed to admit any relationships. Now Steve is saying Alex straight up lied on Skype. fucking kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have found the actual brand new dumbass of the week. We did have the nurse earlier, but this one, he went and he texted Alex and asked her about it. She said she is not allowed to admit any relationship. So now he thinks of saying that she straight up lied on Skype. I blew up at him. He is beyond help, unfortunately. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new idiot of the week. Hell, this guy may even be idiot of the month. I mean, really? This dude? Yeah, you can't do anything with this guy. What a fuckwit. Literally, yeah. Oh. Oh, well, we missed a bit. So, may have to... Tammy's moving on with her life. Okay, yeah. Get out of there, darling. Get out of there. But what's he doing, though? Oh, that's the end, is it? Yeah, that's the end of it. Oh my god. This... I really can't believe that... You know what? We have seen so many people like this recently, where all these people, they all actually believe that the person they're speaking to is real, and the people that, oh no, they can't scam you. Excuse me, look at the nurse earlier. I actually messaged the real dude, and he said, it's not me. Do not give him any money. That is not me. So she went and told the guy, oh, well, he says you're not real. And, don't listen to them. Don't listen to him. You know, see, there's so many of these type of people out there. You can see why these scammers go after them, because they just live in their own little fantasy world. And it's, what is it? Main character syndrome, which is what's going on, where, you know, they think they're the main character of the world and all this kind of shit. And they normally end up doing horrible and stupid things to themselves. And this here, oh yeah, she's not allowed to admit that she's in a relationship. Why not? You know? And like I say, with Tammy saying that she blew up, then good. She needs to leave him, get out of that place, because that guy is just, he's so doolally. He's going to be thinking, oh yeah, she's really coming to see me. All of a sudden, no, I can't come. Oh, okay. And guarantee you he'll probably send money. Guarantee it. He's already sent, what, 8,000 was it? Something like that? Yeah. It's absolutely nuts. And yeah, I haven't got sympathy for these people at all myself. It's sad to see, but this is what these people do. And I really don't seem to understand how they can't be like, you know what? This person's great. Yeah, ain't gonna happen. You know, it's absolutely just mind-blowing. It really is. Ladies and gents, so let us know what you think, because we are going to be ending this stream. And it's been a good stream. It's been a nice, you know, just coming up to 2.5 hours. It has been a random one, because obviously we weren't meant to be going live today. Like I say, I won't be on tomorrow because I'm going out for lunch with my buddies. Next time we will be on, though, is Wednesday. And we'll be on then the rest of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Thursday will be a little bit later, though. It'll more than likely be about 1:15, around by there, but we still will be on. So, guys, thanks you for coming along and spending your time and spending it with me. And we have a brand new Idiot of the Week, folks. And that idiot is this man. This man is the idiot. So, guys, thank you ever so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And I will see you on Wednesday, folks. Bye-bye, guys.